Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Batman Arkham Origins, and we're playing the DLC that's called Cold Heart. Now, first of all, you want to take this guy out because he's the most problematic enemy of the bunch, and it's nice that you can do the great takedown, which is actually more than just knocking him down. It's taking him out of the entire equation. So, this video is the second to last video. It's going to run all the way up until the Mr. Freeze boss fight, and for anyone who wants my opinion on the fight, I think it's much easier, considerably easier than the Arkham City fight, because the guy doesn't learn from your attacks. I thought they would reinstitute that conceit that they had in Arkham City, because when I was playing Arkham City, I was screaming. I was just screaming. I had to watch. I ended up watching the Wiki Game Guide's run. I had to actually beat that guy because he's so difficult. But on this mode, what you're going to see in the next video is nothing groundbreaking, but since he doesn't learn from your attacks, all I'm going to do is a tightrope takedown on him. I think I might do some icicles on him, maybe like one time. But I know it is kind of cheap to do that, but this is a guide. I'm trying to show you the most effective way to deal with him, and I think that's the most effective way because you're safe in the air, you're above him, and he can't detect you. But just be warned, it's a long video. It's like 17 minutes, and you have to be. It's one of those fights where you have to be methodical, and you can't rush it. And it kind of contradicts the guide because you want the most expeditious video to be produced most of the time. But in a case like this, if you're just rushing through it and not contemplating your moves, kind of like a chess game, then you're going to get owned. If not, if you want to be contemplative and methodical, you'll survive and own up the battle. So anyway, so this fight, watch out for the bodybuilder. He's got I think all of his attacks are, pretty much all, if I remember from the main campaign, all of his attacks are unparryable, so you have to just evade when he does his charge, and then punish him when he's out of breath when he comes to a stop. So I'm not sure if I'll stray off topic in this video, but it might be the video to do that because the next video is, the important one. But I don't even know. I was going to name some names in this video. I did recommend to you guys to watch the Godfather Dictator's run if you wanted to. I like his videos, but I just wish there was more commentary on them, and I'm not making fun of him or insulting him. I just personally wish when I was watching his videos, because the games he plays are so difficult, and I actually really appreciated his commentary for Vanquish, because he went out of his way to do that for that game, because it's so fucking hard, you guys. I mean, if there's a sore spot in my heart or my person, the easiest way to get at me if you wanted to hurt my feelings, is to tell me that I couldn't beat the final boss on Vanquish, because I can't. And it's not one of those things like, well, try harder. You can do it if you just try harder. It's not that. I cannot beat him. Or them. It's actually two guys. And it is one of those things where I was thinking to myself, let me just talk about this, because when I was doing this the first time, I didn't know what the hell to do. You're immune from all the fog and everything when you go down here, so all you need to do is just go into, and I know the brightness is really high here, all you need to do is go into these two rooms and use the thermal batarangs to unthaw the switches. But if you've ever played Vanquish on God Hard mode, it's like the majority of it is not that hard. I'm saying like certain parts of it, like 1-3, the sniper pit, the first bogey fight, and what else? Anytime you're doing the chimeras, you're fighting the BIAs, those guys are really fucking hard. And the final boss, but everything else is pretty standard, and they give you ample checkpoints, but there's just a lot of difficulty spikes in that game that come out of nowhere. And in all honesty, you guys, I'll probably never play Vanquish again, because I'm done with that game. If you knew how many tries I tried to defeat the bogeys on, you would be sympathetic for me, and I don't want your sympathy or your pity, because I just don't need that. I already feel bad enough that I couldn't. It's the one project where there's one video missing. And I feel fucking horrible about that. But I have come to the conclusion that I can't beat them rather. Just like I can't, do a slam dunk in basketball or something, or some other physical feat. And I thought that maybe I could overcome them the way I thought I could overcome the bosses on God of War 1 on God hard, or not God hard, but God difficulty, and I actually did, but there's no way I struggled that much on those guys as on the Vanquish fights. And how many attempts, you might ask, did it take me to come to that conclusion for Vanquish? Probably at least 300 fails. I don't know how many, but it was at least 300 deaths. And I personally feel that if you're skilled, you can beat it. Like, there's a guy called Roy215 whose channel I would recommend to you guys. He's a very good at Metal Gear Rising. So, I'm sorry I couldn't cover that game because I don't really care for it, but that guy knows that game like no one else I've ever seen. And also, the reason why I even wanted to play that game was because I was watching the Seraphim 17's guide of Batman Arkham Origins, and near the end of his video, I think in Blackgate, one of the Blackgate videos, the final Blackgate videos, he was talking about difficulty in Devil May Cry and Vanquish and things like that, and I'd already known about the legend of Vanquish. It was actually Roy215 whose videos I saw on Vanquish for the first time, and it introduced me to what Vanquish was. But it's just kind of a joke that I will say to myself that, I was vanquished. They vanquished me, the game vanquished me, and that's the end of the story. And I suspected as much when I was playing it, and I feel really, really bad about that. I mean, I could almost cry that I can't beat those motherfuckers, but, what can you do? You can't do everything, and, my slogan on my channel is hardcore never dies. It doesn't to me, but that doesn't mean I can do everything imaginable in video games. I can't. But I'm just saying, like, the spirit of that sentiment, to me, won't ever die. So that's just kind of where that's coming from. And that's why my thumbnail is the 360, the Gears of War 360 avatar. It's just because it represents to me the game over screen. And, overcoming that and getting beyond the game over screen and the death screen. So, anyway. And in another video, I mentioned this guy called El Presador. And, that guy, he's a bit of an asshole. Even though he's pretty entertaining. But I've never really seen someone as arrogant as that guy. And to juxtapose it, I've never seen someone, when speaking of the Seraphim 17, someone who actually cares about gamers and cares about a gamer's experience, because, like when I said to him that I had never played Devil May Cry, and then later, I said I played it, and now I love Devil May Cry 1. He did not say I told you so, or didn't laugh at me. He said, well, I'm glad you're enjoying it now, But this guy, the El Presador, I think he would, if I posted a video of myself like getting injured on accident, this guy would laugh at me. This guy is just, and the reason I'm mentioning that is because I was kind of curious as to like how many tweets he did, because I like to follow people who don't like tweet too much, just minimally. I don't like my feed clogged, but the guy is like, and he's also been posting videos of mocking this guy called Wings of Redemption, who I don't really like to watch, but he seems like a nice guy. He's just overweight, and that's nothing because I'm a little overweight too. But like, the El Presador is ridiculing this guy called Wings of Redemption for no reason other than that the latter seems to be just this evil guy who seems to be jealous. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Because it just, if you like, he goes on like the comments I was reading, he was calling the guy like fat ass, like every day going onto Wings' page and calling him fat ass. Like, it's just no call for that. It's just so rude and mean. So I don't know. I might unsubscribe because I don't subscribe to people who are just pure assholes. And I know his style. He's a troll. He trolls people for, that's his style. And if you don't know that he's trolling, you'll get offended. But I don't know. It just seems, I just don't like evil. You don't like evil people. So I'm sorry I went on a tangent there, but I did want to name names in this video. So if you were named and you don't want to be named in the future, I apologize, because sometimes when I'm watching a video and someone references me, it doesn't happen all the time, obviously, but there's a part of me that says, well, maybe I don't want my name spoken or whatever, even though it's not my name, obviously. It's a name from a movie, and I was telling somebody where it's from. It's from the movie Giant from 1958. The guy's name is Jordan Bick Benedict, so I wanted to have that name because it's an awesome name and it's an awesome movie. And I don't really like westerns too much, but it's kind of like a soap opera western. But like the best western I've ever seen is called Shane. That movie kicks ass if you want a couple movies to watch. Yeah, Shane is fucking legendary. Because I remember reading the book in high school, and it was middle school, being forced to read that book, and I didn't read it because I was, I guess I just didn't want to go along with the program, but I didn't read it, and then later I saw the movie when I was an adult, and it was so good that I wanted to read the book. So I put this in fast forward, you guys. There's no reason to need to know how to do this part. It's just good. The only thing you might struggle on here is trying to find out where on the timeline the red dot is, but with enough trial and error you'll succeed. Okay, so I might have to cut out here pretty soon. I'm not sure where this video ends. But anyway, I do want to wish everybody the best, and try to wish me the best in finding a game that I can actually play and enjoy, because my temperament is just so decidedly picky. Oh, this part here, throw this. You see this? Throw those batterings up there and take care of the ice guy. So if you're doing a no damage run and you want to watch out for problematic enemies, you can take care of that guy. It's really nice. In the beginning of this video, we took out the martial artists with an environmental attack. Well, not an environmental attack, but just a stealth attack. And then in this room, you're enabled to use to get an environmental kill, which is cool. So I don't know what game I want to play. I want to play The Last of Us' new difficulty when it comes out. I don't know what the difficulty is called, but I know the DLC is called Grounded. But I'm not sure what the actual name of the difficulty will be. But it could be, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's called Grounded, I have no idea. But they're calling it near impossible to beat. But I'll try my hand at it. And maybe I won't be able to beat it, just like Vanquish, but I'll try. Okay, so you notice I slid right there, but I don't think you have to, but I just out of instinct do it. I missed that loading screen. I'm sorry, you guys. That kind of thing would get cut in my extreme editing. New mentality of extreme editing, and this would too. Oh, get the fuck in there. Okay, this is it, guys. In the next video, we'll do the boss fight, but don't worry too much. It's not that difficult.